to the 1% Club. We are glad you're here. Welcome, Chris Fritch, Mark Fairzel, Vincent St. Louis. Good to see you guys, man. I love it. Clark and Steve Hillier driving. Keep your eyes on the road, brother. Carolyn and Matt Plummer, fresh off that NASCAR in Las Vegas. I love it. Your mic's hot, Matt. Your mic is hot. We got, it says Keys from Lori Park. What is that? Keys from Lori Park City, Utah. I'm not sure what that means. That's what your name is there. But we got Carmen and Allison. What's up, everybody? Dave Straitman. Hi, good to see you guys. All right. We got John Olson, Mr. Olson. Good to see you, buddy. How are you? That big beard, baby. You looking good. Joyce and Allison Crow. I think I had you earlier. So, well, let's get this party started, man. I've got a cool lineup for you. I'm pumped. So, number one, it is recruiting season. Some of you have forgotten when October hits, baby. People start. It's an absolute fact, and NAR has taught this for a long time. Recruiting season is here. Agents switch in the fourth quarter. They're looking at the year going, and they will blame or they'll do what I did when I left Remax. I liked Remax a lot, but I go, maybe I need a change. I mean, I'm down to selling like 70 homes a year, down from 400. I thought, I know I wasn't blaming Remax. I know I didn't blame Remax, but I thought, how much worse could it get? Maybe I'll go to the dark side. I will go to Keller Williams. Maybe they can teach me something. Suffer. When you suffer enough, you make changes. And so, but I know a lot of people do blame the broker. We talk to people all the time, like, my brokerage is lame. They're old. They don't have the new technologies, and which is pathetic, when you blame your broker for your failure. So, but guess when they move? This is like 50 years of empirical data. There's a word for you. They move in the fall, and they get momentum. It starts in October. It picks up in November, and it goes nuts in December. People are going, I cannot repeat 2024 and 2025. And you need to talk to them that way. Let me ask you a question. How excited you would be to repeat 2024 and 2025? And of course, 5% of agents would be very excited. I mean, Shay's on here all the time. She sold 73 homes in the past 12 months. She would be excited to repeat 2024 and 2025. She'd want to do better. She'd probably say, well, that's not good enough. But here's the deal. Most agents, 95% of the agents are going to be like, nope, I do not want to repeat 2024. If you haven't got, the numbers are in the last 12 months, there's 1.4 million agents. They've sold an average of 2 homes in the last 12 months. That's 1 home every 6 months, which does make them an FOQA. We're grateful for that. But we want people to thrive. We want them to do well. So you're going to ask people, how excited about you repeating this year, next year? And they're like, not excited about that. Then you got to say, look, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing again and again and expecting a different result. Meet me for coffee. So that's your line to people. And then your next line is, I want to meet with you with coffee next week. I'm going to take on 3 mentees. I'm doing this for 5 years. I'm going to teach you how to go to the next level. Think, well, what do I know? You know a lot, because I'm going to give you the points on how to help people have breakthroughs. So number one, you know a lot. No, I don't. I don't know. I'm going to tell them what to tell them. And I'm going to show you how to sell more homes. I'm going to show you how to have a breakthrough for next year for your family. And they go, but you want me to come to EXP? You go, I forbid you to come to EXP. Just like that. It's like Kamala on the interview. She's got to have an answer. You got to have it quick. When they say you just want me to come to EXP, you say, I forbid you to come to EXP with a smile on your face. Then your next words are, stay at Compass for 30 more years. I really don't care, but I'm seeing you suffer, honestly. I want to help you. Now, you want to take people that their star is pointed north, like every single person on this Zoom. People with potential, you see it, and they don't look like they've been sucking on a lemon. They're just like, they want more. They're frustrated. They're like, I need a breakthrough. And so what we're going to do is we're going to help you. I'm going to help you. And I'm taking on 3 people. Do you want to be one of my 3? I want to meet you for coffee. I'm going to change your life. Now you're thinking, no, I won't. No, I won't. And you're right. You won't with that thinking. And so, yes, you can. And I'm going to show you how to do it. So let's dive into it. Here's the challenge. Number one, I want you to make 3 appointments next week with agents from other brokerages. Now, this is a bit of a trick because next week you should be in Miami. You shouldn't be around next week. But for those of you that, yeah, I see some of you smiling, you ain't going to EXPCon, and so it's all right. Oh, she's like, he's talking to me. So anyways, so if you're going to stay home and miss it, you're not allowed to miss Cabo. I'm just telling you right now, you have to come to Cabo. I'm just a shameless plug. Ed Ferry locked in. Ed Ferry. Ed Milet locked in. Tom Ferry locked in. And I have a verbal yes from the one and only Gary Brecka. So, and his speaker fee these days is $60,000. So, Ed Milet, $150,000. These are some of the hottest speakers in North America. You get to go from the 11th to the 16th. The event is $597 for this 5-day event. And I'll be honest with you, it costs me $100 more per person. I'm paying $100 of your ticket. For every single person you stay there, I'm personally paying $100. Whatever you do, do not tell my wife. Whatever you do, don't tell her. So, anyways, but we're trying to get some corporate sponsors and people to offset that because she doesn't like it when I play Santa Claus and just try to, I don't want to charge $697. I want to charge $597, and I'll do what I want. And that stubborn nature in me that's bad, but whatever, we'll figure it out. But okay, so number one, recruiting season is here. Number two, make 3 appointments next week. Now, if you are in Miami, you get to have a break and you can make I'm call people. Hey, I'm out here in Miami. I'm so pumped up. I'm learning so much. I'm taking on 3 mentees. I know you. You're a star at Century 21. You're a rising star at Realty One. You're a rising star at Royal LePage. I want to meet with you and have coffee next week. I'm going to change your life. Do you want to do it or not? Why are you doing this? Because this is my give back to the real estate community. Well, come on, man. You just want to talk to me about EXP. What are you going to say? I forbid you to come to EXP. Do you want help or not? Do you want to sell? I'm going to teach you how I am a superstar, how I've done so well in real estate. They don't know. They don't know. They assume, for all they know, you sell 30, 40, 50 homes a year. And so you just got to say, do you want to meet for coffee next week? I'm going to help you. I've just learned some amazing things from Jesse Isler, I think that's how you say his name. He's going to be in Miami, if you're in Miami. So number one, make 3 appointments with up and comers from other brokerages next week. Number 2, teach them how to excel at listings and buyers. So you could start off, maybe your first appointment's on buyers, your next appointment's on listings, which means you'll book a second appointment, maybe 2 weeks later, maybe 3 weeks later, maybe a month later, but you're going to do that. And then number 3, you're going to have a plan. When you sit down, you're going to cover a handful of things. I've got right now, I've got 5 things you can share with a buyer. 5 things. And I'm going to give it to you right now. So when you sit down, you want to have them written out. Just say, and you go over it. I'm going to give it to you in 1 second. And then when you're done meeting with them, you say to them, Mark Bearzel, was this information helpful to you? They're going to go, man, you blew me away. This was super helpful. Good. Next step, I want you to invite you to our broker agnostic. Everyone write down that word. Every time we do an event, it is broker agnostic, our broker agnostic business planning clinic. Well, I don't have one. I now knight you. If I had a sword, I'd put it on your shoulder and knight you as in charge of events for your area. Do a business planning clinic with 10, 15, 20 people. It doesn't have to have 100 or 200 or 300. The best one has about 20 people there, and maybe 19 of them are your guests. This is for you to be the leader. The speed of the leader determines the pace of the pack. The reason your pack is going slow is because you're going slow. They're looking for you to leadership, and you're not doing squat. Matt Plummer was just in Las Vegas at NASCAR. Let me tell you what, he filmed those things and those engines. it's inspiring. It just like gives you goosebumps. Do you give your group goosebumps? They look at you and go, man, I got to get going. I'm going to get left behind. Are you the example to your group? And you could change that. You could do that. Vincent used to drive me to the Bay Area for years. And one day we had to get back quick, and it's a 2.5 hour drive. Vincent, what did we get back? Be honest, tell them the truth. Hour and 5 minutes. It's like people are like, that's not possible. It is if Vincent's driving. So who's driving your ship? Write this down. Participate in your own rescue. Write it down. Write it down. You must participate in your own rescue. That's what they drilled into our house head in Fiji. We spent 19 days in Fiji. It was at Tony Robbins Resort. I must have heard it 100 times. You have to. You must. It's not even a question. You must participate in your own rescue. So, for example, I'm really great at sales. I'm not a great CFO. Thus, I'm charging $100 less per person at a $1,200 per event. You do the Matt's laughing. Matt Plummer's laughing. He's my coach. My wife is laughing over there. Thank God they're laughing and not throwing knives at me. But so I've hired CFOs that graduated from Yale. I've hired superstars. Todd Lay. He's a simple back office. My books are crisp. I've hired Matt Plummer at he's not cheap, thousands a month, but I surround myself with the talent to go to the next level. And I am participating in my own rescue. And I've never been interested in investments, didn't care about it, whatever. And yeah, we have investments, but I learned none of them cash flow. So I'm gonna participate in my own rescue and have some cash flowing investments. It just didn't appeal to me. But I thought, why not? I can do it. And so I'm gonna just, instead of just going, here, baby, take care of it, whatever, sure, buy a car wash, buy a storage unit, buy multifamily. And we buy multifamily, and it's supposed to be this, 8 to 12% return, and we're getting 4%. We're literally getting 2%, none. Maybe the best multifamily is like 6%. It's terrible, but I have not participated. I just blew it off. Yeah, sure, do whatever, go for it. I don't care, because I didn't want money to be my thing. And money isn't my thing, but you need to be responsible is what I'm learning. And so I'm putting the people around me. Oh, Matthew Stewart's smiling at me, Profit First. Matthew's going to help me with this thing called Every Dollar. It's an app on your phone, and you know where your money's going. It doesn't matter what you make, whether it's 100,000 or 100 million, you need to know where your money's going. I'm sold. I'm done. Tony Robbins convinced me in Fiji. And it was health and wellness. So he spent 4 days on health. I'm just studying like cellular biology. It was awesome. And the importance of water, where water comes from, and your food and supplementation and exercise. Oh, we all know diet and exercise. Well, you should go there, Fiji, and just live it and eat celery juice and green juice for like 7 days. It's awesome. Your life ain't that tough till you've had celery juice and rescue liver salads for 7 days. You want to kill somebody. No, I'm kidding. It was great. Actually, you get to the point where you like it, and you're like, I don't need the ho-ho. I don't need a donut. I don't need a milkshake. I don't need fried chicken sandwiches with big bread and lots of, I don't need that anymore, and you start getting healthy addictions instead of the pizza and burgers. And so, not that you can't have those things, but Tony Robbins talked, it was so good. But then studying wealth. And I met a guy who makes $200,000 a month cash flow from his investments. $200,000 a month, you have my attention. And, these financial planners are like, oh, you get, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10%. Let me get this straight. I'm going to give you $100,000 to make $8,000. I don't want to risk $100,000 with you to make 8. If I'm going to give 100, I want to make 100. I'm going to make 50. I want to do better. It just never inspired me. But I found with tax deductions and cash flow, there's some pretty cool stuff that can be done. So I participate in my rescue. You need to participate in yours. So back to the topic at hand. So again, you make those 3 appointments, you teach them about buyers and sellers, and then you have a plan, you have it written out. You don't go there with, I'm blank. I'm going to give you the stuff right now, and then invite them to your upcoming business planning clinic. Just do one. We have a digital business planning brochure we could send you from Verl Workman Business Solutions. We used it last year. It's awesome. And Sean Koska is coming this month. We always try to have a new speaker every year, and he's got one he's bringing. But for the time being, we'll send you Verl's. It is freaking awesome. I sent it to Michael Ireland up in Canada, and he loved it. He's like, wow, this is cool. If you don't have a copy, Rob, how do we get him a copy? Are we going to post it in the chat here? What are we going to do? I know we put it out, I think, a week or two ago, but are you there, Rob? Rob's not there. He's doing something else. Okay.
Yeah, I think Rob is not here.
Okay. So if you need a copy of the business planning workbook, just email rob@brentgove.com and we will get you a copy. If it's a digital, you can print it in full color. Don't cheap it out and go black and white. It is beautiful. It's the best one I've ever seen. And it'll help. And you can teach it. Teach it yourself. You be the authority. And so this is how you put people on your front line. And then finally, what you do after you've gone with them with business, maybe buyers, then you book it. Say, was this helpful? Yeah, totally good. Let's meet again in 2 weeks. Let's meet again in 3 weeks. I met with John Jennings once every 4 weeks, and I met with him for like 9 months. 9 months later, something changed, and he went from a heck no to a heck yes, because I was the only guy who poured into him. And so you need to pour into people. But what if they never come to EXP? Who cares? Help another human being. A helping hand, reach a hand out and help them out of the fast flowing river, because it's the right thing to do as a human being. If you're only doing this to put people on your front line, you got the wrong intention. You got the wrong heart. They will sniff that out and you will not succeed. You help people because it's the right thing to do. And trust me, you help enough people, the right ones will come to EXP when the timing's right. And when they ask you how EXP is going, it's going awesome, man. So how are you doing? It's not, when they ask you, they're being polite. How's the XP? Man, it's going great. I'm having a blast. Heading to Miami, going to be back next week. How are you doing? What's going on? What new listing you have? What new buyer? Always make it about them. Don't make it about you. Don't make it about EXP. If you're saying, no, I want to know about EXP. Oh, well, let's meet next week. Well, can you just tell me a little bit? No, we'll meet next week. I got something I want to show you. And then play themodelexplained.com. Randy Bird has a new one out. It's 13 minutes long. It's freaking awesome. And it's updated, the new one. Randy Bird through attractboss.com. It's pretty cool. I downloaded it myself. They're giving it away for free. You just go there and do that. So reach out to Randy Bird if you have questions about that. It's 13 minutes long. You could still show them mine for the concept and then go, here's the updated version with RevShare 2.0 through attractboss.com through Randy Bird. So that's some good stuff we have there. So here's what you want to do. I'm going to give you an example. If I were to meet with the buyer, here's what I would do. I have 5 points, just cover 5 points. Number one, the key to succeeding if you're working with buyers is to have more than 3, to have more than 2. And I call this the test tube right here. Picture a test tube. You ever seen what a test tube looks like? It's skinny, or a drip line in the emergency room at a hospital. You're going to die. They put you on an IV and it goes drip, drip, drip. Most real estate agents are drippers. They have 2 or 3 clients or one, and they're praying to God for a sale drips out the bottom of that thing and keeps them just alive to starve. I mean, if you're on an IV and you're in the intensive care, they're dripping antibiotics, they're dripping vitamins, they're dripping pain, morphine. They're trying to keep you alive. This is how you live a life of quiet desperation. You want to forget that and go to a funnel. You want to have 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 potential buyers. Well, how do I do that? Door knock the heck out of your farm. You're like, where do you want to work? If I was looking at Antelope, the average sales price in the crash 2010 was like $125,000 a house. Can't make any money there. That's a bad farm. A good farm would be East Roseville, where the average price was $400,000 to $500,000, or Granite Bay, where the average price was $700,000. If you're going to go door knock somewhere where you can make some money. You make 10 sales at 125 or 10 sales at 600,000. It's like 6 times the money, guys. And so make sure your farm is in an area of high turnover. Go meet with your title rep and then prospect. Or in my case, I did open houses. I get out there at 9, put out signs for an hour, and then go from 10 to 5, 6, 7 in the afternoon. I worked all day. You got to go use the restroom, take a break for lunch. You simply put a sign on the door back at 1 o'clock. And you leave for an hour. Don't leave your laptop. Don't leave your purse, your wallet, things that can be taken, because other agents could come in and show the house. And who knows if they have their teenage kids with them. And most of them are amazing. 99% of them. There's a 1% that'll take your purse or take your laptop or your phone or something. So be smart, take your valuables with you. And because agents will be able to get in there. It's highly doubtful anything will be happen, but be smart. And then You can leave for an hour or 30 minutes, go get a salad, go get something healthy, use the restroom, do whatever you got to do. And then you're back open at 1. And then you're open till 5. And if people pouring through the door, I always made sure I didn't have an appointment at 5:30, because if they're pouring through the door, I wanted to keep going be there till 6. If they're pouring through the door, I want to be there. I tried not to have my first appointment until like 8 o'clock that evening. And so I could, if it was hot, because the open houses will get hot. And sorry, my screen was jumping all around. And I want to be there. And I would sometimes go 10 to 8. And it gets dark sometimes in Sacramento in the fall at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. I'd be in the dark and they're pouring through the door. And I'm swinging the bat, swinging the bat, swinging the bat. So the bottom line is, prospecting is the key, and it's funnels, and it's not the new school funnels. Yes, those are great if you're marketing. It's old school funnels. There's, the test tube versus the funnel. And the test tube, you get 1 or 2 sales drips out. You get a funnel like this, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 buyers. And now you have multiple sales falling up because watch, it's small. Look at my elbows. And as the funnel gets bigger across time, look at the bottom. And the bottom, bigger the funnel, the bigger the bottom of that funnel. And all of a sudden, selling homes every week becomes the norm. Shay sold 72 homes in the past 12 months because she has more than 1 client. She has more than 2 clients. So you sit down and you talk to them that you must. It's not even an issue. You have to participate in your own rescue. I don't care if it's calling for sale by owners, expireds, marketing, calling your sphere, making 20 calls a day, call 20 people a day, 5 days a week. That's 100 a week. That's 400 a month. You will succeed. Did you need me to keep you accountable? Let's go. Then you go, man, I need to hear this. Open houses Saturday, Sunday, like a dog. For about 3 months. Not the rest of your life. Short-term pain, long-term gain. Sit down, coach them up. That's number 1. Number 2 is close quick. Write this down. Always close quick. It's the next 4 things is the opposite of everything you ever taught in real estate. The absolute opposite. How long is an escrow? 30 days. Why? We learned that in real estate school. That's been taught for 30 years. We have automatic funding, table funding. We have automatic, you can email loan docs. We used to drive to San Jose 3 hours one way, 3 hours back, 6 hours ago. Here are the loan docs, and go from places that printed them and hand deliver them because FedEx wasn't quick enough. We needed it done the next morning so we could fund and record on Friday. We would drive to the Bay Area hours and hours away to get a stack of loan docs. You just push a button, it's done now. It can be done so quick. So all transactions should be closed in 10 days. Well, the seller doesn't want to close for 60. No, the seller doesn't want to move for 60. Close in 10. And then you got to teach the agents this. Go ahead, do what the listing agent told you. We'll close in 60 days. When does the seller want to close? The seller wants to close in 60 days. Me, I'm going to go ahead and go up against you. We're going to close at 10. I'm going to get the listing agent paid their commission in 10 days. I'm telling the listing agent, hey, Chris Fritch, make sure you tell the seller knows on this $900,000 sale, and he only owes $300,000. That's $600,000 of equity. I'm putting in his bank in 10 days. And we're going to give you 55 days to move out. 55 days. So how long does he have? 65 days. It's 5 days more than he wanted. He doesn't want a 60-day escrow. He doesn't want to move for 60 days. That's what they want. And so I'm the guy who's going to get you paid. I know you get 7 offers. Only counter me. If we could agree on the terms, seller gets all his money in 10 days and you get paid in 10 days. Don't counter everyone. Don't do that. Counter me. What do you want? Counter only me. Only me. And they do it. They counter only me. They do what I tell them to do. Do you tell the listing agent what to do? You don't, because your offer's crappy, because it's 30-day escrow. You're just like everybody else. Why should I only counter you? I'm going to counter everyone. You crazy? No, because I'm going to get you paid in 10 days. I don't know if you got bills to pay, but I do. I don't know about you, but I'm excited about getting paid in 10 days. That's not important. You'll hear them say that. Bull. They're going, yeah. They're doing a happy dance when they get off the phone with you. So you teach them to do a 10-day close. And well, my lender can't go that fast. I've been in probably taught in 30 of the 50 states. I always go, I find lenders, hey, good credit, good job, verification. You have pay stubs, W-2, bank statements, tax returns, whatever you need. How quick can you do it? 7 days, 8 days, 9 days, 10 days, 11, 12. Occasionally I get lenders say I could do it in 21 days. And I'm like, all right, thank you. Find another lender. How quick can you do? I just did one in 9. And I say, hey, everybody, call Matt Plummer. He just did a loan in 9 days. Like, what? I go, well, I really like my lender. They take me to lunch. They take me to dinner. They brought me a pie at Thanksgiving. Your lender's costing you hundreds of thousands of dollars because they're closing in 21. Fine. All things being equal, here's an offer with the 21-day close. Your lender, here's an offer from Brent Gove, 10. Every transaction should be 10 days. It's unacceptable to do anything past 10 days. Get it in your head. I would destroy you. My buyer's agents would destroy you. I get it again and again because it's WIFM, baby. What's in it for me? It's the greatest radio station on planet Earth. We're going to get the seller, we're going to get the seller their money in 10 days. They go hop and skip it away from the transaction in 60. What this would be if I ask them, hey, Clark, if something goes wrong with this deal in 45 days, if the U.S. attacks Iran and the world freaks out, you think they want to close on this deal? You could lose a $27,000-$30,000 commission for you. Anything could happen in the next 30 days. Oh, yeah. The U.S. backs Lebanon or backs Israel into Lebanon. Iran fires on this. We fire on them. I mean, this whole world's a powder keg. If I was you, I'd close quick. You better tell them, man. You've been watching the news. Anything can happen. The Ukraine, Russia, China's circling Taiwan. Go stay the hell out. And Biden's like, oh, yeah. Biden's like, oh, God, give me some more whatever. Biden ain't going to do anything. And you say, you really want a 30 or 45 or 60 day escrow in this situation? You want to close quick, and you want to close quicker than quick. And find a lender who can get it done. Well, who would I call? Take some initiative. Call 100 lenders. Do what you got to do. It's that important. So this is how you coach people. Like, I never thought of that. I know, because you went to real estate school. You've been writing 30 day escrows. And you hate multiple offers because it's highest and best and you're guessing. It's a disservice to your client when they come back and say, okay, we only countered you. We want 940,000. You're going, okay, let me call my client. You know, your client said, let's counter at 970. And you go, hey, Mark, good news. You know, you were going to pay 970 for that class? Yeah. Well, we wrote such a smart, savvy offer that the seller says they'll take 940. They like the fact that we're closing in 10 days. Done. Yeah, we'll take it. I just saved you. And I even say to him, Mark, who saved you $30,000? You did. Who do you love, Mark? I love Brent Gove. Of course you did, baby. Now give me some referrals. And you got to be excited with people. Now I'm over dramatizing a few things, but not that much. I hugged my people. I put them in a headlock. I don't recommend that. I'll never put anyone in a headlock. Don't listen to me. But here's the deal. Some of you are like, Brent Gove said put them in a headlock. I was getting excited. Okay. Don't put them in a headlock. Do not touch your clients. Be very careful how you shake their doggone hand. Give them a side hug if you're going to hug them. If you're a woman, do not go chest to chest with them. Give them a side hug. Enough said. So close quick always. Number 3, good credit for as is. Almost every sales contract in the U.S. and Canada says this is an as-is sale. Look, it's buried in there on page 7, paragraph 28. This sale is an as-is sale. Now, the buyer has a right to ask you to fix things. You, the seller, have a right to say no, but it's an as-is sale. I print that sucker out of WinForms, and I write big, bold letters, just like I'm going to do right now. As I write it about this big across 4 paragraphs in pen, I write this, as is. As is. And guess what? I've asked people all the time, why'd we get it? I go, my seller loved the fact that your buyer was doing an as-is offer. They didn't want to be bothered. They don't know every offer was as-is. And you tell your clients like, well, we don't want to do that. I mean, what if there's something wrong? I go, you know what? There's multiple offers. This is the best home. They ain't going to do anything. There's 7 people fighting over you. You give them a list of things. They go, kiss my grit smell, right? They're going to be like, no. And you're not getting it anyways. You might as well get some credit. Let's give them reasons to choose us. We're closing quick. You get your money. Number 1, we're as is. Number 2, we're going to give you 55-day rent back for free. You guys dicker over rent back money. I never do. Whether it's 15 days, 30 days, 45, 55. I don't give rent back. I don't ever charge the seller to rent back. You close on the 15th of November. You know when your first payment is? January. You close on the 15th of January. When's your first payment? March. You don't need to charge a rent back. Go ahead. You do it. You charge your rent back. I think a fair amount is $2,100. This seller goes, like heck, my payment's $900. I've been here for 25 years. My parents pay $300 a month to live in their home. It would sell for probably, $700,000 in Sacramento. And the new buyer, if they didn't put a lot of money down, their new payment will be about $5,000 a month. And they think, hey, I'll cut it with you. I'll charge $2,500. I guarantee you, my mom is 87. She would go, You'd be doing a Heinrich on my mother. She would die before she paid you $2,500 of rent money. She pays $300. Stop asking for rent money. Never, ever ask for rent money. Well, there's no other offers. There will be another offer. It's coming. And if they ask for rent money, they go, yeah, but Matthew Stewart didn't ask for any rent money. They're going to let you stay for 35 days rent free. All things being equal, who would you pick? And so you got to coach up your buyers. This is how we do it. Do you want some rent money or do you want the house? Or we can get caught up in what's called a highest and best. What's that? Well, you said you're looking 5 to 6. Of course, let's say you find one at 550 and they got 7 offers and they're all of them are over full price. And so what highest and best is, what's the absolute most you'll pay for the house? Do you think that's a good strategy? Like, man, I love it so much I'd pay 580. But what if you only need to go to 560? What if you just threw $20,000 away? I'm going to write an offer that is so smart, that is so strategic, they'll tell us where we need to be. And they go, yeah, you need to be 570. And one time I said, good, I'll go to my client. No, I won't pay 570. The client wouldn't pay 570. I'm like, okay. I called him back and I said, hey, they won't do it. They won't do 570. But I asked my client, I go, what would you do? They go, we'd do 560. And I think we came in, we always go in under. I mean, I go in 50,000 under 30,000. I win every time. I'm always the lowest under offer by 30, 50, $100,000. I win every single time. I said, my price is irrelevant. My buyer just wants to negotiate. They'll come up. The buyer told me it's okay to tell you they will come way up. But I tell you what, we're closing in 10 days. We're buying it as is. We're giving you 55-day rent back. Security deposit. Did the other people ask you for one? Oh, yeah, they all asked for 1,000, 15 or 2. We're not asking for anything. The way that home is spotless, we're so impressed with your sellers. We're not asking for a security deposit. You're not representing your client. Yeah, I am, because I'm going to get the house over your sorry bottom because you asked for $1,500. Go to your seller. Mark's a listing agent. You go to Mr. and Mrs. Seller. They want a $1,500 security deposit. Well, how does that work? Well, the way that works is when you leave, if it's not spick and span and perfect, the buyer could refuse to return it to you. But then how do I get my $1,500 back, my $2,000 security deposit back? You have to take them to court and stand before a judge. That's what we say to them. That's the truth. But that probably won't happen. Oh, but this Brent Gove guy, free rent back, no security deposit. Actually write in the contract, buyer trusts the seller. Actually write that. You can't do that. I do it all the time. Buyer trusts the seller, no security deposit required. And you got to teach this to people. This is all teachable. Get a copy of today's thing and listen to it again and again and again and make it yours. Why am I good at this? Because I've done it again and again and again. And guess what? It's easy to coach up a buyer. Here's how we're going to buy the house. And I'll do it at the time we make the offer. We want to do this. Everyone else probably asks for a little rent money. We don't want to ask for that. We want the house. If we get caught up in highest and best, and you go, man, I go to 580 and you do 580, you just paid $30,000 more. I wouldn't worry about $1,000 security deposit. What if something's wrong? We'll deal with it. The contract says the property must be given to the buyer in the same general condition as it was when they made the offer. So if that is there in breach of the contract, we could take them to court, force a judge to pay you. I've never had to do it. I've never had to do it in decades. Never had to do thousands of transactions. But I guess it's possible you could also get in a crash today. Head-on crash, you get struck by lightning. Quit worrying about the what ifs. We want this house. Come on, man, let's get the house and not be in a bidding war. Matthew Stewart, do you want to be in a bidding war? Kim Brown, do you want to be in a bidding war? No one's ever said, yes, please put me in a bidding war. I go, I'm your guy. I'm going to help you get your dream home. And I talk to people like this at open houses. Here's why you want to work with me. Passionately. Turn up the energy, turn up the passion. I've never met anyone like you. Yeah, I know. Because I'm not like everyone else. And you guys aren't like everyone. You guys are special. You're amazing. You're incredible. But here's the problem. You don't believe it. I totally believe I'm special and freaking amazing and unique. I don't mean it in a narcissistic way. I'm just letting it go. I'm authentic. Write this down. You cannot fake authenticity. You guys are listening to me now because I have street credibility. I've done it. Why have I done it? Because I suffered. I tell people no one else, I suffered so much. I'm great. I'm actually really great at what I do. You stumbled into my open house, but I'm telling you, I'm not a 1%er. I'm a 10th of 1%er. And you could say this, my partner, Brent Gove, he has coached me up. I am your partner. And together we are 1/10 of 1%ers. I'm going to find you your dream home. You said you've been looking for 6 months. I'd have had you one in 6 weeks. because I will talk to every agent in town. I will turn over every rock, every leaf. I will find off-market property. Probably sell you something for it even at the MLS. Oftentimes you're shopping leftovers. I know all the big players. I'm one of them. And we share our off-market listings like baseball cards. Come on, give me a chance. You got it, man. And then I outwork their agent. I call them every day. I look every day because I'm hungry. Write this down. Hunger is your greatest asset. Some of you just aren't hungry enough. Some of you just aren't desperate enough. I freaking love to win. And it's fun to me. It's fun to win. I don't like to lose on listing presentations. I don't like Coldwell Banker to beat me or Remax or thing. You got to get mad. You got to turn it up. You got to figure it out. Go buy Tony Robbins' 30 Days of Personal Power. He's got a new message for you every day for 30 days. Drink of it. So finally, oh God, I haven't even watching the clock. What time is it? Oh, it's 5:05. Geez. I'm having fun with you guys. So number 4 was don't fight over the rent back. Let them have it for free. And number 5 was avoid security deposits. Oh, I worked it all in. The 5th one was don't ask for a security deposit ever under any circumstance. Period. And you tell them, you could lose it over that. I've asked people, why'd we get it? Well, you didn't ask for a security deposit. The seller really liked that. Why'd we get it? You said you were buying it as is. Seller really liked that. Why'd you get it? Because you didn't charge for the rent back. Everyone else was charging $1,800, $1,200. You didn't charge. I mean, you close quick. And then I said, I'll say to people, I said, Robert Smith, I got you, baby. Kevin, I got you. Latrice, LJ Johnson, Latrice, LJ, I got you, baby. I got you. I'm going to get you paid in 10 days. I don't know about you, but I can use that money. Work with me. We don't have time to cancel on you. We're desperate. We want this house. We're not fooling around. And when I hang up the phone in the next 60 seconds, my lender's going to call you. And I've already sent LJ's name, LJ's phone number, and I text her, go to my lender. I hang up, bam, they drop what they're doing. They call LJ. This is Stan Anderson from Guild Mortgage or Success Lending or whoever. Just want you to know that John Olson is approved. He could buy up to $900,000. He could buy 2 of your homes. He's totally good to go. I tell him how I think. I don't want to let him know. Of course, I don't want a buyer who can barely buy it. I want him to know that we're way overqualified to buy this house. And I said, and here's his FICO score. It's this. And don't. Well, I can't tell you the FICO score. It's private. No, you get permission. We're gonna have you approve, John Olson, to tell them what your FICO scores are, Mark, yours and your wife's, and you approve them to tell everything, because this is what makes listing agents feel safe. As a listing agent, when I get a lender saying, well, I can't tell you that. I mean, you need to trust me on the FICO. Everything's good. No. I have pay stubs. I have W-2s. I coach my lenders. I have tax. I'm done. I just need a purchase contract. We'll order the appraisal in a rush, and we will close in 10 days. Tell you the truth, I'll probably be ready in 8. Listing agents aren't used to that. And this is how you coach up one of your mentees next week or the week after. Get a copy of today's thing, watch it again and again, have some passion and go, was this helpful? I'm like, God, it's unbelievable. I've never even heard anything like this. I go, would you like to meet again in a couple of weeks? Yeah. Oh, you know what? We have our business planning clinic. Why don't you come to that? It's brokering. Everybody's coming. You won't want the FOMO. Remax is going to be there. Compass is going to be there. Keller Williams, EXP, everyone's coming. It's broker agnostic. Our speaker is boom. They are amazing. It's going to be life changing. You're going to get a business planning work booklet that you can actually, fill out, leave with, right here. Here's our business planning booklet. And you're going to have a plan for your future. And you're going to have a step-by-step plan for 2025, not a wish. Hope is not a strategy. What do you say? And you get them committed there. You can't cancel. We're serving lunch. You can't cancel to go do show buyer's property or listing. This time is holy, because you need to have a plan for what you're doing next year. We do it once a year. You can't miss this. Do you record it? Nope. We don't record it. Don't record it. Don't give them an easy out. And you get 10, 15, they'll switch. And then, but you book a magic move, you book a meeting from a meeting. I hope this was helpful today. It's recruiting season. Go out there and get it. I have a guest speaker who I'm letting in right now. I'm letting him in right now. We went long. I'll be honest. We are, what time is it?
Yeah, but good stuff.
It is.
Good stuff.
I'm going to go right into the Mastering Sales with Brent Gove. My guest speaker is going to sell 600 homes this year. He's one of the biggest stars at EXP. He's going to give you 3 to 5 nuggets on sales, 3 to 5. You can take this and share this with your buyers. He's going to possibly do some seller tips. You could give this to your mentees. You don't have to just do 3. You could have an appointment every day. It'll fire you up.